Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're tackling a really massive career question. Digital skills versus traditional jobs. Which one actually builds more wealth? Picture this. Two people graduate the exact same year. One takes a traditional corporate job with a fixed salary, right? The other spends years building remote digital skills. Well, fast forward 10 years, and their financial lives are completely different. Why is that? Let's look at the source material to find out. Looking at these two paths, it's super easy to assume one is just a guaranteed ticket to riches and the other is a total dead end. But the sources completely debunk that myth. Neither path is automatically better on its own. Understanding how each actually builds wealth and where they critically fall short is the exact difference between choosing a career on blind instinct and choosing it with your eyes wide open. Section 1, the traditional job path. Okay, let's dive right into this. The thing that actually defines a traditional job isn't the industry, it's the structure. And we really have to emphasize the massive financial value of that structure. The glorious predictability of a biweekly paycheck makes budgeting and investing incredibly straightforward. If you have a $60,000 fixed salary, you know exactly what hits your bank account every 2 weeks. Plus, traditional jobs come with this hidden financial safety net, health insurance, employer-matched retirement contributions, and a clear career progression. You know exactly what's coming in and exactly what your safety net looks like. But, of course, there's a massive catch. The traditional path has an unseen ceiling. Your income is tied directly to the hours you work and strictly bound by company salary bands. So even if you're an absolute top performer generating massive value, you are capped. And worse, your entire financial security relies on one single employer. A sudden company downturn or a random shift in industry demand can wipe out your income with literally zero warning. It's basically a single point of financial failure. Section 2, the digital skills path. Pivoting to the complete opposite end of the spectrum, what exactly do we mean when we say digital skills? Well, the sources define these as concrete services, things like writing code, digital marketing, video editing, copywriting, or data analysis. The key defining feature here is that these services can be delivered entirely remotely to clients or employers situated anywhere in the world. This is where the financial appeal just completely flips the traditional model on its head. First up, uncapped income potential. A freelancer or a digital entrepreneur isn't bound by some corporate salary band. They can take on more clients, raise their rates, or build scalable digital products that earn money while they sleep. Second is location flexibility. You could be earning a San Francisco-level income while living somewhere with a super low cost of living. This geographical arbitrage is a massive advantage that can dramatically accelerate how fast you save and invest. But hey, here is a harsh reality check from the sources. 1 to 3. That is the number of years of deliberate practice, portfolio building, and really grueling client acquisition it typically takes before digital income becomes truly dependable. It's definitely not an overnight get-rich-quick scheme. Building digital skills to a level where they actually generate meaningful income requires a massive upfront investment of time and grit. And naturally, that brings us to the unique risks. While traditional employment carries that single employer risk we talked about, the digital path carries the heavy burden of inconsistent income and zero built-in benefits. You effectively become your own HR department. You have to arrange, manage, and entirely fund your own health insurance, retirement, and paid time off. So when a client pays late or the work just dries up for a month, you still have to cover all of those costs, which can be incredibly daunting. Section 3, comparing income ceilings. So, what does this all mean when we compare their ultimate earning potential? Comparing the two brilliantly illustrates where the paths diverge the most sharply. In a traditional job, you follow a linear curve. Steady raises, a clear ladder, but inevitably, you hit a hard structural ceiling. Digital skills follow a completely different curve. It's flat and highly uncertain at the start, but it has uncapped exponential potential. A strong base of returning clients can easily push earnings well beyond a traditional role. But remember, that higher ceiling is absolutely not guaranteed. I want to just pause here for a second because this insight is really profound. The sources note that wealth-building advice often focuses entirely on the potential upside and skips over how well a person can handle inconsistent income. This is the totally overlooked factor of risk tolerance. If you have financial dependence, existing debt, or really limited savings, the predictability of a traditional job isn't just a nice convenience, it is a sheer necessity. Surviving an unpredictable freelance month requires a massive financial and psychological buffer. Section 4, the hybrid approach. So, are we just stuck choosing between a capped ceiling and terrifying uncertainty? Not at all. The source material reveals a hidden third way that most successful people actually take to minimize risk. Step 1, keep your traditional job for its stability and benefits. Step 2, build your digital skills, your portfolio, and your client base gradually on the side. Step 3, only transition once your digital income is proven, consistent, and reliably matches your salary. Listen, if you take absolutely nothing else away from this explainer today, remember this. The traditional job funds the runway. The digital skill builds the ceiling. This hybrid approach is just brilliant. You capture the absolute best of both worlds, the predictability and benefits of employment seamlessly paired with the uncapped potential of digital skills, all without exposing yourself to extreme financial ruin. Section 5. What actually builds wealth? Because honestly, raising your income ceiling is only half the battle. We need to uncover the ultimate truth here. Neither path guarantees wealth on its own. Think about it. A high-earning digital freelancer who spends every dime of a massive $10,000 month builds absolutely nothing at all. Conversely, a modest traditional salary, if it's managed with extreme discipline, can compound into a literal fortune over decades. True wealth is generated by universal habits, spending less than you earn, consistently saving, avoiding high-interest debt, and investing the difference. Wealth isn't just about how you earn your money, it's about what happens after it's earned. As we wrap up the explainer today, I really want to leave you reflecting on your own career strategy. Take a close look at your current situation and ask yourself, which path is funding your runway, and which path is building your ceiling? Thank you so much for exploring these insights with me, and here is to designing your wealth building path with your eyes wide open.